down. Step 3, you're going to have the ball forward swing in front of you. And step 4, you're going to throw it back down the lane.
Quite the method there, and it seems there's a new record for everything these days.
Yeah, that's right. This Illinois guy is adding one more to the list.
That's crazy. Andrew Cohen, he's the world record holder, as you can see, for backwards bowling, scoring a 280. Now, it's hard enough for most people, myself included, to bowl normally, but imagine doing it backwards. Cohen says all you have to do is bring the ball to your side, step back, and push away, just that simple. And he says bowling backwards is great because it takes the pressure off of his knees.
That's probably the best part of bowling backwards. It's a lot of fun. A lot of people come down and say, hey, that's really neat. What's going on? How do you do it?
Never seen anything like this before, have you? The Rockford native has spent his spare time, he says, on those lanes since he was 10 years old.
Well, tonight on ABC 57 News at 6, a man who was paid to patrol the halls at Mishawaka High School and supervise study hall is now behind bars.
We have all new details about the Mishawaka High School staffer who is now facing charges of sexual misconduct with a student.
And people living in low-income housing say the violence at their complex is getting out of hand, and they are turning to ABC 57 News for help.
Plus, we now know how the new owners of the Chase Tower plan on getting things back up to code. Also, a look at who may be moving in.
And if you are heading out, we will see a few showers this evening. I'll have the latest timing and track just ahead. ABC 57 News at 6 starts now.
Covering South Bend, Elkhart, and all of Michiana, this is ABC 57 News at 6.
Well, right now, a 25-year-old man is in police custody facing charges of sexual misconduct with a minor, a teenage girl 10 years younger. And that is our top story tonight here on ABC 57 News at 6. Good evening, everyone. I'm Kim Chappell.
And I'm Brian Dorman. Tonight, a Mishawaka High School staffer is in police custody. Here's a look at him. 25-year-old Ryan Mooch was arrested this morning for sexual misconduct with a Mishawaka High School freshman. Tonight, we have special team coverage. ABC 57's Jasmine Norwood is live at Mishawaka High School, where she found students who say they are shocked that something like this could happen at their school. And ABC 57's Alexandra Cohen is also live for us tonight near Holy Cross College, where Mooch was also a baseball coach. Jasmine, let's begin our coverage with you tonight.
Well, Brian, Ryan Mooch was a study hall supervisor out here at Mishawaka High School, but today he left work in the back of a cop car for allegedly having a sexual relationship with a 15-year-old freshman. He was questioned by SVU all afternoon, and tonight he's sitting in the St. Joseph County Jail. Students I talked with are disappointed. They say he was once a man a lot of students looked up to.
It's not something I would expect to happen. Yeah, like I don't respect him anymore for doing this, and I don't think that was very right of him.
Now, investigators say this is a very long investigation, and this is just the beginning of it. There have been no formal charges filed against Mooch just yet. Reporting live in Mishawaka, Jasmine Norwood, ABC 57 News.
Thanks, Jasmine. And we have also learned that Mooch also worked as a baseball coach at Holy Cross College. ABC 57's Alexandra Cohen joins our coverage and is live near Holy Cross's college athletic field where the teams practice. Alexandra, what do officials there have to say about these disturbing charges tonight?
Well, Kim, earlier today, Holy Cross College released a statement saying that 25-year-old Ryan Mooch has been suspended without pay pending the investigation. They also said that they have no further comment at this time. Earlier today, I called the head baseball coach here at the college, and I was the first one to break the news about the arrest to him. He said he is shocked but didn't want to go on camera. Stay with ABC 57 News tonight at 10 and 11 for a complete report. Reporting live in South Bend, Alexandra Cohen, ABC 57 News.
And again, stay with ABC 57 as we continue to uncover more details. We'll have a full report from Alexandra tonight on ABC 57 News at 10 and 11. And remember, when we're not on air, you can always find us online and, of course, on social media.
Another big story here at 6 o'clock. Recent acts of violence at Beacon Heights apartment complex has neighbors worried tonight for their safety. One neighbor called ABC 57 News asking if we could bring attention to issues that she says are really being swept under the rug. Issues like recent fights, shootings, and even a problem involving little kids. ABC 57's Megan Schiller joins us live tonight on Lincoln Way West with the story. Megan.
Well, Brian, some pretty crazy stuff has been going on at this apartment complex. Like just 3 days ago, a little boy shooting another little boy in the face with a BB gun. Then their mothers got into a fight, and one of the mothers ended up in the back of a cop car. Now today, the manager at that apartment complex did talk very openly with me on the phone about some of these recent problems, including the fights and the shootings. She said that they do have 2 South Bend officers who work there off duty, and they patrol the area 7 days a week. Neighbors today told me, though, that they felt like prisoners. There's a 10 p.m. curfew there, and there aren't really any common areas in the complex since loitering in groups isn't allowed. Some neighbors said they didn't feel like their little ones were safe with all the recent fights and shootings there. And others said they didn't understand why those shootings never made the news. But I did, however, run into a few people who said they don't really mind living there.
It's pretty good. I like the security. I like the maintenance men. They do what they have to do.
We do feel safe out here. You know, we have no problems, you know, none whatsoever. You know, every neighbor look out for each other, you know, stuff like out back here. I don't know about up in the front, but we all cool back here.
Obviously, depends on who you ask, but the manager at that complex said that she is trying her best, but it's just not possible for her to keep track of everyone who lives there. Reporting live in South Bend, Megan Schiller, ABC 57 News.
All right, Chief, a busy night for you. You are tracking some showers here on ABC 57 First Warning Live Doppler tonight.
Yeah, just a little bit of light rain out there right now, Brian, but it will be getting a little heavier as we go through the overnight and into the day tomorrow. Let's check it out right now. As you can see, we've got a little bit of green on the screen here from LaPorte all the way over towards Michigan City right now. Some light rain downtown from right around Wabash Street to Henry Street and up towards Francis Street. It's all going to be shifting its way right along 12 up towards New Buffalo here, heading its way through Long Beach, 612, Michiana at 622, Grand Beach at 626. So we are tracking a little bit of light rain out there right now, but again, not going to be extensive for parts of Berrien County, western parts there, also of Cass County, maybe the extreme northwestern parts of St. Joseph County. Going to pick up just a little bit of this light rain. There's a little more rain off to the west of us, though. It'll be with us later this evening. 55 degrees right now in South Bend. We're at 50 degrees in Warsaw, so temperatures are mainly in the low to mid 50s. We'll have a drop in temperatures tonight, and then again, there's more rain on the way. I'll have the very latest track and timing with forecast track for your neighborhood coming up in just a few minutes. Kim?
Well, South Bend's tallest building could see new life with a new owner. Last month, we were there as the Chase Tower was bought by the county sheriff's at the county sheriff's sale. And today, we caught up with the building's new manager to talk, of course, about what's next. Well, ABC 57's Daryl Bajoris joins us live outside of St. Louis Boulevard with those details. Daryl, any specific plans yet?
Well, Kim, management says their main focus right now is making repairs to ensure the safety of those who work inside. That starts with the fire marshal's violations and then rehabbing the areas that are decaying. Now, for the past few months, we've told you about issues ranging from mold, possible asbestos, cracks, and faulty electrical wiring lumped together. Experts say those repairs will cost millions of dollars. Now, the building manager says the new owners are well aware of these problems and are committed to making the fixes.
It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take some time, but as those things happen, I think that seeing is believing, and more folks will be very excited to come be a part of what we're going to have happen here.
Now, management wasn't able to give me a timeline on when those repairs would be completed, but say they're already finished fixing most of the fire marshal's code violations. Reporting live in South Bend, Daryl Bajoris, ABC 57 News.
Governor Mike Pence was in town today congratulating one school for a very special accomplishment, one that we told you about first yesterday. Trinity School at Green Lawn awarded the Blue Ribbon School Award, and it's not the first time or the second. How about this? How about the fourth time? And it is the highest award from the U.S. Department of Education, and Trinity is the first school in our state to get that honor so many times.
And it probably has to do with the fact that this is one of the finest assemblies of teachers and faculty in the United States of America. Let's give them.
And what an honor it is. The award recognizes both public and private schools where students excel academically. Congratulations.
Well, Four Winds Field is going to have another big transformation this summer, turning that outfield into a concert stage for South Bend Country Fest. The Hawks are teaming up with the city's Park and Recs Department and B100 to host the first major concert event in the ballpark. The opening act still has to be decided, but country stars Jody Messina and Big and Rich are also set to take the stage.
As we go forward, events like concerts, beer fest, many other things at this venue are what we're trying to do. We don't want to be just a 70-day-a-year venue. We want to be a 150 to 200-day venue.
Tickets for the concert go on sale next Friday for just $25. That concert is set for June 21st. And tonight, the city of Elkhart's Mayor Dick Moore, he's going to deliver the annual State of the City message. We expect to learn more about the current condition of the city of Elkhart. Mayor Moore is planning on recapping accomplishments made over the past year and, of course, detail the city's needs and his vision for its future. Mayor Moore's address began just a few minutes ago in the Crystal Ballroom of the Lerner Theater. We do have several safety alerts that you will want to hear tonight. First, food supplier Advanced Pierre Foods is recalling more than 8,700 pounds of frozen chicken. Some of those items were sold right in Indiana. The U.S. Department of Agriculture says they were formulated with milk and soy, which are not on the label.
Also, Kim, Chrysler recalling nearly 900,000 SUVs to install a shield to protect brake boosters from water corrosion. Jeep Grand Cherokees and Dodge Durangos, if you have one, listen up. Models from 2011 through 2014 will be inspected and will have those boosters replaced if necessary. Chrysler says joints in the brake boosters can corrode, making the vehicle's brakes more difficult to use.
All right after this newscast, why don't you head on outside, go take a walk, because as we mentioned yesterday, today is National Walking Day. The American Heart Association was asking for everyone to take part by getting up and moving for just 30 minutes. Hundreds of thousands all around the country took part, and of course it's not too late. Some taking the first step towards a more healthy lifestyle. And here's why it is so important. Stats show that 1 in 2 men and 1 in 3 women are at risk for heart disease. Research shows that an unhealthy lifestyle is a major cause.
Football legend and former Colts quarterback Peyton Manning continued his support for Hoosiers today during Children's Hospital Telethon in Indy with our news partners RTV6. Manning expresses support and deep gratitude for the Peyton Manning Children's Hospital. Though he has, of course, moved on to lead the Denver Broncos, Manning remained heavily involved in the Indianapolis hospital that carries his name. Manning urged people to donate to help the hospital meet the care needs of children and their families.
Well, April is Child Abuse Prevention Month, and there is a somber reminder on the courthouse lawn in LaPorte County. They have 5 silhouettes representing the 5 LaPorte County youth that died in 2013 from abuse or neglect. Now, if you know someone that's suffering from child abuse, there is an anonymous hotline for anyone to report suspected child abuse or neglect. You can go to abc57.com for more information.
A former U.S. intelligence agent who was convicted of spying for Israel may be released soon as parts of efforts to salvage peace talks. That's what an Israeli official told CNN. Jonathan Pollard is serving a life sentence in the U.S. since his conviction back in 1987. His imprisonment has strained U.S. relations with Israel. Well, for some, the rise in temperatures is a welcome change.
Yeah, but for others, it is time to pay the gas bill. Tonight, ABC 57 is working for you if you need help paying your own bill.
And police looking right now for a suspect who robbed a restaurant up in Berrien County. Next, we have the latest on the person they believe is responsible.
And a junkyard full of stolen cars. How police say they got there.
And right now, those rain showers continue. We're tracking some temperatures still in the 50s, but we're also tracking a few light rain showers out there across the air, including on just over near New Carlisle, heading its way off towards the northeast. Into New Carlisle, 623, Galeen, 641, Buchanan at 702. More tracking coming up.